The best part about the watch is the dial. This is a tourbillon, so it's a Chinese-made tourbillon. It's made by Peacock. Peacock also make movements for many other brands. One of those are Atelier Wen. If you're not familiar with that brand, I have featured them here on my channel. This is a tourbillon movement, so you are getting a display of that tourbillon on the dial. There is a 60-second floating tourbillon there at the 6 o'clock. Some people don't really see the point of a tourbillon, some people do. It's just basically haute horology. The reason why you have a tourbillon is for accurate timekeeping. It really doesn't mean anything these days. It's just harder to make, and therefore it's a complication. Just like any other complication on a watch that's really hard to make, the functionality doesn't really matter for a lot of collectors. It looks cool because there is a mechanism that is spinning on the dial. Let's be honest, that's how I feel about it. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below as well. I want to hear from you guys. Do you think this matters? However, with that being said, the fact is that it looks cool. You also get a beautiful Guilloché dial on here that looks like the feathers of a peacock. It sort of radiates from that tourbillon, from that window down at the 6 o'clock outwards. And it looks gorgeous. It's very dynamic. They make this in a few different colors. This is the salmon dial, and it is definitely the best, in my opinion, out of, I believe, the trio that they're currently making. You have a flat bezel, a flat sapphire crystal. That bezel is brushed, and there is a polished edge all the way around that bezel. You have some hex screws in the bezel that are holding it in. Those are real screws, and there are 6 of them. So there are no screws by the 9 o'clock position and the 3 o'clock position. So that was an interesting choice, I guess. And then you have a beautiful case. The case is actually really nice. When you turn it on its side, it's sort of blocky and angular. You have these large portions of polish on the case that look really good. Flipping on the crown side, you're sort of getting that same effect as well. It's almost like a little pyramid effect by the crown. There's crown guards. You have a small crown on here, I would say, but it's signed with the Peacock logo. And then you move into the bracelet. The first thing you're going to notice on this side of the bracelet, that every single link is screwed in. So every link is screwed in, taking a page from Vacheron and brands like that that screw every single one of their links together. None of these are friction pins, and the finishing on the bracelet is really top notch. Each one of these links are solid, and all of the edges, not just some of the edges, every single edge is polished, and it is a thick line of polish on each one of the edges. It feels very, very expensive in hand, and it's signed Peacock.
Indices are applied and filled with lume. The handsome handset is triple faceted with polished sides and brushed top surface. The case is about 40 millimeters with a thickness under 10 millimeters. Now the manually wound caliber, which you can see through the case back display, holds about 48 hours of power reserve, and the water resistance is 100 meters. Now the design is quite obviously inspired by popular models, angular, alternating polished and brushed surfaces. 6 Peacock brand emblems adorn the flat